on the radar, baby. Yo, I am joined today by the one, the only BIA. What's up?
What's poppin'? It's your girl, favorite couple girl, checking it live.
Yo, congratulations on the new project for certain. I know it has been a long road to get to this point for you. This is your first new project under Epic. It is super dope. Great features. How are you feeling right now that you're at, like, well, it's not the end of your journey, but it's like a milestone in your journey. How are you feeling right now?
I feel it's crazy. I feel so many different emotions, but really I just feel grateful. Like just to have the opportunity to put out music, to be with a label that supports me.
Mhm.
Those are things that I don't take for granted at all. So I'm just happy to be here. I'm enjoying the ride and want to keep working to see what the next thing's gonna be.
How do you feel about the reception that you've got? Because I was scrolling through your gram earlier, checking out some of the comments, and people really loving it. I see you very active on your YouTube community page as well with your fans. How are you feeling? Everybody's like, I don't know, everybody's love and all the, I don't know, the praise that you're getting for the project.
Man, like I said, I don't take it for granted at all. Like I'm just happy to have found a lane that I feel like I'm cultivating my own, my own lane or my own whatever it is, and grow fan base because I've been on so many different tours and been under so many different wings that I've always wanted my own core fan base, and I feel like that's what I'm building right now, and it just feels like they're like my little family.
Do you have a name for them yet? Do we have like a name for your, I don't know, your army or whatever you want to call them?
Yo, you know what's crazy? I don't have a set name for them, but they call themselves so many different things. Like I get the cover girls, the cover boys. I get the
That's kind of
Bia,
hard. I like that.
I get the Bia Bias.
The Bia Bias.
I get so many names. Like I love them, man. I haven't figured it out. Maybe they'll let me know once they see this interview and they see like, oh, we like that name, girl.
You know what? I like the cover girl and cover boys. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's like your own type of your own thing.
Yeah, my cover girls, and my cover boys. What I've been saying, so it might be that.
Yo, and also I saw that you posted this video. I think it was either a day ago or today. I forgot exactly when I saw it, but you posted a video of you in your hometown, and there was a billboard of your project, and it's right across the street from where you once worked, right?
Yes, how crazy is that, bro? Like literally surreal, full circle.
Was that like a planned thing? Like, were you like, all right, I want a billboard here, or was that just like you was walking through, walking down the block, and you were like, wait a second.
No, like when you promote a project and you putting out, you picking where you want your billboard. I just wanted a billboard in Boston, because I have this project out and that's where I'm from, and I wanted a billboard somewhere in the inner city in Massachusetts where people will see me and be like, "Wow, that's inspiration." So when they told me it was going to be downtown, I was like, "That's crazy." I love downtown, but I didn't know it was going to be right across the street from my old job. Like when I was looking for the billboards, when I was like, holy shit, it's right there. Like that's crazy. It's really right across the street from my old job.
It was like a real full circle moment for you.
Yes, absolutely.
So with
Yeah.
this project, you started it off hella strong with this Lil Jon feature. You know what I'm saying? I pressed play on this, and I like, when you see Lil Jon on a record, you kind of like, this shit gonna be crazy. But you came through hella crazy on this first joint, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. Like, how did the process of getting Lil Jon on a record? How did that happen? Because I feel like Lil Jon just doesn't do features for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, he saw something in you.
Well, of course, my name is Bia, and like everybody has always been like, "Oh, do you know John? Do you know Lil Jon?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I've always wanted to. I had always meet him for so long." And then one random day, he had asked me. No, he was. I noticed he was following me, so I followed back, and I was like, "Yo, you're following me? What the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Like, bro, I love you. Like, you're a legend. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just paid dues, and he was like, "Yo, I got a song I want you to feature on." So he had sent me a song like way before I had cut Bia Bia. But everybody had told me like, yo, you should redo Bia Bia. You should redo Bia Bia. And I've gotten thousands of remakes on that beat, and no remake really hit like that one my boy Aziz. So when Aziz sent me the Bia Bia remake, after we had already met John, partied with John in the club before Corona, like, it just felt like it was like a match made in heaven. I was like, yo, we gotta call John to see if he fuck with this. We sent it to him and he liked it, and that was it. Like it was history.
And it was such a perfect way to start off the project because that shit really came in like different. Like I wasn't expecting that because I've obviously heard like a lot of the music you've done before, but that shit just hit like a whole different level. When picking records for this project, what was like what was your vision for this project? Because like there's always like your vision, what ended up coming out, some things in between because there could be a lot of hands in a project. Like what was your overall vision for certain?
I felt like if it feels good to me and my people, then
Mm-hmm.
if it will feel good to the world in some way. Like I didn't want to overthink it. I wanted to give everybody like a little bit of, not really a little bit of everything, but just my vibe that I'm in right now. And I wanted to do it with my friends. And I felt like I stayed true to people that was around me. And there's no yes men around me. Like everybody, if some shit is whack, they're gonna be like, yo, you should redo that, or you know what I'm saying? Like there's no yes man. So we just really sat with the music and I just was cutting records. And honestly, the track list came about like real organically. We were just picking songs, mismatching them together, riding around in the car to them, and then there we have it. It just felt like marriage.
Right. And before this you were going on a little tangent before we started this interview because we were talking about like videos and you were talking to me about some R&B joints, how you wanted to get more into your R&B bag, correct?
Yeah, that's for sure. I definitely have some R&B in the tuck that I haven't really touched.
Do you plan on releasing that? Like, what do you really want to do with those joints right now? Like, what's your vision for those?
I want to put out another project eventually, and put out just another body of work. I'm a real artist, and I love bodies of work. Like I just love to be able to put something in and ride to it straight through, no
Mm-hmm.
skips. And that's like I want to have bodies of work like that, like So, I mean that's a goal for me, but I'm gonna take a little step back and just put out some singles and stuff, and just like experiment with some records and some R&B and just do what feels right. Cause like
Mm.
that's what I feel like a lot of artists do, overthink it. And I'm not really trying to overthink. I'm just trying to live and enjoy the ride.
So you're mentioning another project, and this brings me up to a question I was planning to ask. I think this is a good time. So obviously you're Puerto Rican, and one of your big, I guess, debuted to the world like was on the J Balvin joint. Is doing a Spanish album something in the cards for you? Because obviously you sung in Spanish on that album, and I had this conversation the other day with Callie Uchis, who I know you've worked with before, and she just dropped her Spanish album, and it was so well received, and that kind of made me think about you and how what you just said about the fact that like you just want to do what feels right and you want to put out the projects. Is doing a Spanish album something that feels right to you?
I definitely think doing a Spanglish album would feel
Spanglish album, okay.
like me doing a full front to back Spanish album wouldn't feel like me like the but I'm not saying that it's not possible. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
just feels more natural to me would be a body of work that has Spanish all through it. And yeah, that's definitely like a little bit of rap and a little bit of singing in Spanish. I would definitely do that.
Right, because you've already gotten in that bag already, and and it was so crazy. Like when that record came out, like I don't know what was it, 4 years ago. Like you were in the early stages of your career. Looking back then to where you are now, like how much has changed for you since that moment?
Oh, everything has changed. The only thing that didn't change is like I've always been me. I always feel like I've been the same person. I've grown into a better businesswoman, into a better artist. But yeah, like everything's changed. My whole life, my whole career. I just know way more now. I know how to make better music now.
And you know what? Something I know about like your early days, like before you kind of you blew up. You spent like a lot of time like in recording studios, and like you would like secretly record your own stuff or write your own stuff while you were in there. Was like why was that? Was it because like they didn't really know you as an artist like all the way back then, or how did that kind of like happen?
I think I just really I didn't get the opportunities like at
Mm,
early. Like when you're around people that are like, yo, go in the booth, let's see what you could do, that's lit. Like I think that those people are the best people to be around, especially they bring it out of people. But at the beginning, like I didn't really have that. I had a lot of other people that were creative around me, and then I didn't necessarily might have the confidence to dive in like that. I needed somebody to really pull it out of me and be like, hey, you should try this you know
right, and then the rest at that point was history.
Yeah, facts.
So What's next for you? You know, obviously, you know, we were talking a little bit about the visuals. If it were up to you, you would shoot a whole visual album for this joint, right?
Yeah, I love visuals, man. I want to shoot a ton of visuals and just really stay in people's face because so I feel like I belong. But aside from that, I really have like a lot of business ventures that I want to dive into this year. And
Okay.
now that I've put out like a little bit of music, I feel like okay, yeah, I'm gonna still focus on my music, but I also really want to get into the beauty scene. Crazy, like
Mm.
I started a makeup line. I love makeup. I love beauty, and fashion and all that stuff. So I think that's definitely in the cards for me.
That would be dope, and I could definitely see that. I feel like right now I'm looking at like a beauty influencer background with the tree and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you getting ready to shoot like your Christmas vlog. I love that. I
Yes, I'm
love that.
with T, and we're here for Christmas.
Of course, of course. And you know, something I've been doing with all the artists that I've interviewed lately, and obviously since you're in front of the Christmas tree, it's perfect. And of course, you're Puerto Rican, and we share a lot of like, you know, probably similar holiday traditions. What are some of your holiday traditions with your family? Obviously, we got the coquito, but like what else you be doing?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because like on my mom's side, they eat fish on Thanksgiving on Christmas Eve. Like they only eat fish on Christmas Eve. I don't know. It's like some maybe some
Nah, my
Catholic.
grandmother was the same way. My grandmother would always make fish on Christmas Eve. I don't know why. I never understood that.
Yeah, I just like it's like only fish day on Christmas Eve. So that's definitely a tradition. And then my family used to let us open a gift on Christmas Eve. You could just pick one gift and open it. But as I got older, you don't get as many gifts. So it's like, you stop doing that.
Of course. I think our families have the same traditions because my parents also used to do that at my grandma's crib. She'd be the fish and the one present, that was it.
Are we related?
I don't know. I don't know. What's your last name? We might fuck around and be like distant cousins. You know how deep Puerto Rican roots go.
Yeah, are you your family from San Juan?
Actually, they're from the mountains outside of San Juan. If we want to get deep cuts, they used to be farmers like 5 generations ago.
They might know each other.
Yeah, we might fuck around and be related, low key.
We gotta pull out the ancestry.com and find out for
The
real.
23andMe shit.
Yeah.
But with this whole quarantine going on, I also want to ask you, like, how has it been for you when it comes to like making the music? Like, because you know, I've talked to artists and they've been like, okay, so I put this project out now, but this project was supposed to come out like in February. You know what I'm saying? Like, or
Yeah.
March before this all started. So for you, how has this whole, I guess, quarantine and pandemic affected your music and how much you've done?
I mean, it's definitely slowed up the process a little bit because I feel like you said, I would have had this music out a long time ago, especially coming off of Best on Earth. Like when everybody was outside. That's
Of course.
idea. That's how I wanted to roll my shit out. But where I'm at right now, like it's taught me so much as far as like you have no control over what's gonna happen. So you just gotta always stay ready. And I felt like I was ready to an extent at all times, but right now I'm just a little bit more ready. Like I'm like, okay, whatever happens, we ready for whatever. Like pivot. So
So yeah, we just ready.
yeah, like it's made me way more multifaceted, and it's made me be able to learn how to do multiple things at once under like pressure, like a pandemic, because everything's closed. It was hard getting your engineer to come outside. Everybody was scared. They were scared they were gonna get corona. Nobody wanted to come outside. Nobody wanted to go to work. I'm grateful. I had people around me that we quarantined and we took it very serious, but we also kept working like in the midst of everything.
Yeah, and obviously the work's paid off for certain. Is a smash. The visuals are going crazy. Again, congratulations on all the success that you found this year. I'm looking forward to whatever's next from you because I know you dropped this already. You seem like the type of person that's already plotting on the next move.
I'm definitely planning on the next move. Yes. Thank
So,
you.
so what do you got? What do you think you might have in store for 2021 and beyond? Like, what is your goal? And we'll wrap it up with that question. What do you think is in the future for you?
I'd like to just break whatever barriers that people have like set up for me. Like I don't really know exactly what's in my cards. I'm one of those people that's just like put the work in and then see what happens. So like I just put a lot of work in behind the scenes, and I just don't like to talk about things till they come to fruition. You know what I mean?
A
Because
hundred
I feel like
percent.
talk about stuff, it sometimes jinx like what you got going on because everybody's energy is not always happy for you, you know? So you got to protect like what your moves are. And I just know that whatever my moves are is to excel in music, business, fashion, and beauty. And mentorship. Like I want to be that bitch for younger girls. Like I want to help them, you know, help younger artists really get on their business shit. Cause a lot of people don't know what the hell's going on right now.
At all. And obviously you've been through so much that you could give a few gems to these artists that are coming up who may be in sticky situations.
Yes, facts.
Yo, well, I love all of that. Thank you again for so much for, taking the time out of your day today to chop it up with me. Let the people know where they could follow you at. Go run up those streams on for certain. Anything else that they got to know, go ahead, plug that in.
Yes, it's your favorite cover girl, Bia, checking in live. I just want to say, go check out my new music for certain. Go check out my Instagram, Bia. Go check out my Twitter, Bia, everything. You can know where to find me.
You be talking your shit on Twitter, by the way.
Oh no, on Twitter it's like I get real on Twitter because Instagram I feel like I be judged more. Twitter is like the real me.
Facts. I'm like I was looking through your tweets. I'm like, oh, Bia be talking. Bia be chatting on Twitter.
It's too much. Should I tone it down?
No, I think that people really like to see the real side of artists. You know what I'm saying? So if you only tweet when you got new music out, then I feel like that's kind of boring. But if you tweet talking your shit, like the things you go through on a day-to-day basis, people go and connect with that and they'll grow along with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Man, for real.
Yo, appreciate you again. Go follow her on all that, especially on Twitter. She be really talking her shit on there. It's Bia on the radar, baby.
Yes, man. Appreciate you. My Puerto Rican brother. I'll holla at you.